In the days when Ife was still young, there was a distant city called Igbo. Between the two cities was a forest, and neither one knew of the other's existence. No person of Ife had ever passed through that forest, nor had anyone from Igbo. But one day a hunter from Igbo went out in search of game. He became lost in the forest and wandered many days without knowing which way to go. He began to give up hope, thinking, "The forest has swallowed me. Now I am coming to the end of my life." Then, when his despair had nearly killed him, he emerged from among the trees, and there, just a little beyond, he saw the city of Ife. He looked in wonder, for he had never heard that such a place existed, but he did not approach the city. After he had rested, he re-entered the forest, and in time, he found his way back to Igbo. He told the Oba of his own city what he had seen. The Oba thought, as is well known, there is no such city as the one he describes. Nevertheless, Le sent messengers to check on the hunter's story. The messengers entered the forest. They pressed on. After some days, they were saying to one another, "The hunter told our Oba a wild story. There is no city out here in the wilderness." Then they came to the edge of the forest and saw Ife standing there. They saw Ife's fields on all sides. They saw the fertile gardens and the granaries filled with food. They watched the people of Ife come and go, but they did not make their presence known. The messengers returned to Igbo and reported to their Oba. They said, "The hunter's words were true. On the other side of the forest stands a prosperous Iti. Its gardens are full of all kinds of growing things." The Oba of Igbo reflected on what he heard, for while Ife was prosperous, his own city was not doing well. The Oba thought, "Why should that other Iti prosper while mine suffers?" He called his concealers together. They discussed the matter, and it was decided to send an expedition to Ife and loot it of food. But Ife appeared to be strong, with many warriors. So the Oba's counselors devised a plan. Instead of arming themselves with spears and other such weapons, the men of Igbo disguised themselves as EGUNGUNS, messengers from the land of the dead, and their bodies were covered with raffia. They were fearsome to see, and even the people of Igbo were terrified.